Welcome back, everybody. It's TSGLIVE. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get it. Today is July the 12th, Sunday. Let's get into this Wnba. The first game is at 3 p.m. Come on. Boom. The first game is the Liberty and the Tempo. The second game at 3 p.m. is the Storm and the Mystics. The fourth game of the night at 7 p.m. is the Sky and the Wings. And at 9 p.m. we have the Fever and the Aces. That's a classic matchup at this point. With a 4-game slate, there's specific players and specific picks that I like the most. Marina Mabrey, the GOAT. That is my all-star game MVP in my opinion. We have the Dallas Wings going up against the Sky. The Sky has been struggling. I do expect the Wings to roll over them pretty easily. The Storm and the Mystics, I actually think this will be a competitive game. The Storms have been playing very well despite losing. The Mystics are 10-10. They've been competitive with the best teams in the league, and they can easily pull out this win against the Storm. The Fever and the Aces, I mean, that's just, like I said, that's just a classic game. The Aces releasing Kennedy Carter. I think there's a little bit of a morale boost, sorry to say, in the locker room. Just, you know, not saying that Kennedy Carter was the source of the bad vibes, but the bad vibes are going. So I think the Aces are going to play with a little bit more enthusiasm. I'll say it that way. So for today, with Brittany Sykes and Kiki Rice for the Toronto Temple still being out, I do like Marina Mabrey for 20 points, 3 threes. Easily, she can go off tonight. She could go off against the Liberty. The last time they played, Brittany Sykes played. Marina was 2 for 6 from 3, I believe that's what it said. And she's still on that heater following that 53-point game. I took her for 4 threes in her last outing. She covered. The previous outing before then, she was sat. And the previous outing before that, she scored 53 points and hit 9 threes. So I do think Marina is still on a heater. I think being as though that there's injuries on the team, she's always had the green light, but she has even more of a green light. And I will say that I don't think the Liberty play a physical enough style of defense to really slow her down. I think she's going to get her shots. The Liberty plays a pretty clean game, so I think that she will get her shots. They might put I was thinking of past Liberty teams. I was thinking about Natasha Cloud. Liberty coming off a loss to the Lynx. I do like Stewie for 20 points, 17 points. I think it's safer. I don't really want to touch her rebounds. I don't really want to touch her assists. I will say this. The Tempo are at a very, very large rebound deficit. Like, it's a disadvantage for the Tempo rebounding. I do think that the Liberty will rebound very well this game. I think Jonquel Jones is going to have maybe 10 boards, if not more. I think Stewie will have about 8 rebounds. But it really depends on how this game goes. If the Liberty gets out to a large lead and cooks them, then I don't think that Marina will hit those lines. And I think the Tempo will ultimately, you know, put the backups in and just kind of let this game go by. Let's go to the next game. We have the Seattle Storm versus the Washington Mystics. I like Kiki for 15 points. Shakira Austin is a great player. She's more of a rebounder and defender role when I feel like they're playing larger teams. Wnba and Dominique Malunga, that's just like, you know, Twin Towers down there for the Seattle Storm. So I do think that Kiki will get most of the offensive touches in this game versus Shakira, which is why I like her for 15 points. Dominique Malunga has been coming into her own this season, working out with KD, all kinds of stuff. I like her for 15 points as well. The rebounds is going to be interesting in this game. I think Natasha Hodman could easily get 15 points. Flage could easily get 15 points. Let's see if Miss Citron is back. If Miss Citron is back, that changes the whole game. Miss Citron is out with a knee injury still. So I think that this is a easy game for Natasha Heidemann and Flage to take over. Georgia Amore, she's a great player, but I've seen her struggle just in the offense with size with Sonia being out, I have seen her struggle, and I think that Natasha Heidemann and Flage will play an aggressive style of defense enough to get her to turn the ball over. I think that this will be a low-scoring game. Just the way the way the Mystics have struggled to score, and also Seattle to a certain degree, I do think that this is an under as well. The line right now is 162.5. I do think that this game goes under. You could even take it a little bit far out, maybe push it to 169, 168 on an alt number. But I like the under for this game. Moving on to the Dallas Wings in the Sky. Again, the Dallas Wings, I think they're finals bound. I think they will make it to the conference finals. Paige is making it a point to solidify the sophomore campaign, and the game is just too easy for her. I expect Paige to come out against the Sky. It really depends on if the Dallas Wings blow them out. The Dallas Wings could get out to an early lead and then, let the rest of the team do their thing. Maggie's and Ozzy's and different things like that. Like they have a deep team. The Sky have been struggling. Skylar Diggins has been shut down just with the controversy, her being unhappy with the team. Camila Cardoso is playing great basketball, though. I do think that she'll have a good game tonight. I can see her getting that 15 points. I could also see Jessica Shepard getting her 15 points off, a couple of rebounds, maybe a couple of assists in a game like this because she is dealing with Camila Cardoso. But I ultimately don't really like the Wings props in this game on a high level because I think that is a very easy game for them. I think they're going to cruise through this game. I think you'll see a couple of highlights. Paige might actually go off for 3 threes tonight, just in the sense of it's an easy game. I don't think that she's really going to have to do a lot to get her points tonight. So with that being said, I do like Paige Beckers to have her normal night. I like her for 15, maybe 5 assists, 6 assists. I like Ozzy for 13, 12 points. I like Jessica Shepard for a double-double. And I like Camila Cardoso for about 15 points, maybe 8 rebounds, maybe 10 rebounds. With the last game of the night, we have the Fever and the Aces. You know what? I'm going to be very honest. I've been staying away from Fever games this season, which is very unusual since Caitlin Clark has come into the league. But there's so much controversy. There's so much, just going on with the team. Sophie Cunningham was a ring girl for UFC last night. Like, it's a lot going on with this Fever team. Caitlin Clark is in talks about, like, the league hunting her on a physical level. Like, it's just a lot. The refs may be, like, very aggressive on the whistle to the Aces. I do like Jackie Young to have a good game. That's just because Jackie Young is Jackie Young. They blew the Mercury out the last game. The Aces blew the Mercury out bad. I do think that they like I said, the morale is up. I think they roll into the next game. And they might just steamroll the Fever, honestly, with everything that they have going on right now. The last time they played in Vegas, the Fever actually beat them 84-68. I definitely don't think that that's going to happen again tonight, for sure. Asia also did not play the last time they played. So I think Asia, being the South Carolina vet, she going to come in here and remind everybody why she is who she is. And they lost bad at home last game. So, like, Caitlin Clark's a game time decision. Like, this. What's the line? The line is -4.5 for the Fever. I might take that because I think they might beat them by more than that. And the over is 181.5. I don't see that happening. I see that going under. I don't think that the Fever, especially if Caitlin doesn't play, I don't think that the Fever can produce 90 points. I don't. I just don't think that they could produce 90 points against this Aces team right now in this situation. I mean, if it makes it any better, from what I'm reading, Caitlin Clark didn't play either last time they played. Sophie Cunningham hit 3 threes, 9 points. That's not going to happen tonight. Kelsey Mitchell had 27 points, 3 threes. That's going to happen tonight. Aaliyah Boston, 18 points, 10 rebounds. That'll probably happen tonight as well. But that's the whole thing. So I would say for this game, if you're going to take any props on the Fever, take Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell. And for the Aces, I like Asia and I like Jackie Young, straight up and down. I don't really have any, like, core prop numbers for those, but That's why we're making this video, so you can rewind it back and we can go over it. So just to kind of go over the whole slate, felt like it was all over. I like Marina Mabrey to have a good game against the Liberty. I do like the Liberty to rebound well against the Toronto Tempo, and I do think that the Liberty probably will beat them handily. So Marina might not cover her props tonight. I think I'm going to just stick solely with the threes with Marina. I could see her coming out in the first quarter, having a big game, and then as the lead starts to stretch, things fall off. For the Storm and the Mystics, I like Dominique Malunga for 14 to 15 points, maybe 8 rebounds. I like Kiki for 15 points. And I also do like Flage and Natasha Hardiman to have a very big game. So maybe 15 from them both. Flage had, I believe, 5 assists in her last game. I possibly could see her doing that tonight, or Natasha may get the assist, or they both may get the assist. But I just think the guard play for the Storm is going to be the difference in this game. The Mystics have injuries, so I do like the Storm to win this game as well. The next game, we have the Dallas Wings versus the Chicago Sky. I like Paige Beckers to do her thing, Jessica Shepard. The normals. For the Sky, I like Camila Cardoso to handle business. And I just think that it's going to be, I think it's going to be a very easy game for the Wings. And with the Fever, like I said, I like Kelsey Mitchell, Leah Boston, and Asia Wilson, and I like Jackie Young. You know, you could kind of take what you want as far as props with those, but that is our slate for today. Games starting a little bit. I'm going to get this video posted. I'm going to try to make the video for tomorrow's games. Let's see what we have. We have 2 games tomorrow. Tuesday we have 2 games, and then Wednesday we have 2 games. So let's get this going. Yeah, that's it. TSG Live, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate it if you got this far in the video. Drop a comment on what you think, if you disagree, if you agree, and we out of here. I hope y'all get some money today. Let's go.